What's up, everybody? This is my Legends of Tomorrow Season 6, Episode 10 review. The episode is entitled, Bad Blood. And yeah, I wasn't digging this episode as much as I have been loving the Season 6 episodes. I think Season 6 has been really good so far. And sorry for not uploading last week, at all, mostly. I was out of town, so I didn't want to bring my microphone and everything, yeah. But, yeah, I just wasn't digging this episode. I feel that we'll get into that more, but, I love Constantine. Now he had a one-off episode. I love the Constantine TV show, but anyway, I'm rambling, so let's roll that intro, and yeah, let's roll that intro. Okay, so this episode started off with, Constantine, and he is talking to Alistair, and, he throws away his cigarette for a piece of gum, and I like that character progression, not possession, because, yeah, he's throwing away cigarettes, and he's talking to Alistair right now, and he's just really, making fun of Alistair, man. It's kind of like a roast mash, or whatever, but, throughout this, he puts a piece of gum on Alistair's head, and I don't think Legends of Tomorrow understands how gum would work, because that would have stuck to the painting, man. Constantine can't just rip it off that smoothly, but whatever. Constantine's like, yeah, if you don't shut up, I'm gonna pee on you or whatever. Yeah, I love Constantine, but then Alistair tells him about a person that he has in line, just in case he ever was reincarnated, and this person would give him some stuff, and this person comes in, and we learn she's a vampire, and yeah, but she's been charging Alistair interest since like the 1930s or whatever, so, or however long, I don't remember. I don't know if Alistair Crowley was a real person or not. I could look that up, I'm just not gonna. But, yeah, he owes her like $2 million, but the vampire's like, hey, what are you gonna do for me or whatever, or something. I don't know, it's just a really weird interaction, and I guess we're gonna be seeing more of the vampire. No, we're not seeing more of the vampire, because, the ending, she went off with Alistair, and sorry, I wanted to move my chair. I don't have my usual chair, I'm sitting on a stool, and it's very uncomfortable, but, this, woman, or the vampire, gives, John a... Sorry if I feel like I'm going all over the place. I'm moving the chair to how I would like it. But, John gets this thing that Alistair had, which she's like, you'll be practically begging for it, which he is by the end of the episode. So, Bayrod, Gary, and Nate have turned into a band to, keep, Gus asleep. So, yeah, they do, and there's... I don't know if this is continuity error, and Zari got a new phone within the last however long it's been, since she got out, but, she has an iPhone 12, and I don't know if, or that style camera was out when she went in the totem, but maybe that is just me, but, yeah, yeah, they just banter a little bit, and we learn that Sarah and Ava are off looking for wedding venues, so, yeah, but, Gus wakes up, and, the people have to start playing again in, a song, so, yeah, they do that, and Spooner can hear what Gus is, what's happening, so she's like, oh my god, guys, it's a growing pain, and they're like, he's not getting any bigger, but he's like, I can't take this, stop it, you guys and him. And she says, like, that's something what a new legend would say. And that's to Zari, which is like the opposite, because Zari's like season 3 legend, which, wow, wasn't that long, it's like a long time ago now, wow. But whatever, Spooner just has a funny interaction. But John talks to Alistair and does this whole map thing where John figures out where the, oh, I just dropped what I was fidgeting with, the Fountain of Imperium is. So yeah, he has to go do that. And basically he goes, Leah and Spooner talking, and they look at something or Spooner looks at something on Mick's back because he's having head pains, and the reason is he's kind of been implanted like Alien, like the movie Alien, which they even say, where it's implanted in him and it has to come out some way, and I don't know. This is Dominic Purcell's last season as a season regular. So I don't know if they're gonna kill him off during childbirth or whatever. Yeah. John talks to Spooner and basically gives her the debrief. Okay, so John they go to Spain, 1939, where they think the Fountain of Emporium is. So yeah, John basically explains that the town or the country basically just got done with a civil war, so they go in the bar and they are not welcomed. They got guns pulled on them and everything. So John, because he is from England, probably got taught this in school, or maybe he just knows this and is fascinated by it, or had Gideon give him an info dump. But he sides with this dude and tells a story about how there's no water, so they had to shave with wine, and he wins over the person's, so yeah, we got to the Wave Rider where Bayrod is making, I'm sorry if I mispronounced that, Bayrod is making food for the legends, and he gives Astra the first one, calls her Senorita, because he likes Astra, you can tell. But then Mick and his daughter talk, and Mick's like, hey, it's not my fault that she put her eggs in my ear and impregnated me or whatever. And his daughter's like, hey, I didn't mean to. So it's like, dude, sorry, my finger slipped. Baron's like, hey, it's okay. We got you guys can calm down because you both are pregnant or whatever. And Mick's tired of it. He's like, oh my god, the next person to call me pregnant, I am throwing out the hatchet into the time stream or whatever. So Nate and OG Zari come running in that Gus has turned into a teenager or whatever, and Nate's like, hey, you guys stay here because you guys are pregnant. Haha, you're pregnant. I think he actually goes like that. But in the wine cellar of the tavern, I think it was, they find a boy that's like, oh hey, you guys are superheroes, kind of like the JSA. So confirming that the JSA still exists on Earth Prime, which is something that when Stargirl and the Justice League, because let's be honest, the team at the end of the Christ Son of Earth was Justice League, when they cross over, Sarah can remember that, oh yeah, the JSA, or maybe Nate by that time has a seat at the Hall of Justice like he wanted. So he's like, oh hey, yeah, the JSA or whatever, but that kid's mute. So, but because he drank the fountain of Imperium water, him and Spooner can communicate telepathically. So, yeah, that happens, and then they hear a truck pulling up outside of the tavern. So, I'll be completely honest. Around 22 minutes in, I stopped to take a drink of water, and, then I deleted the audio. So, I'm just gonna talk. It might not match up with the pictures, but whatever. The general comes in, and he talks about, like, he knows about the, Fountain of Emporium, and he says he's studied all these magical items, the Spear of Destiny, the, Loom of Fate, like the Spear of Destiny was in Season 2, and it got assembled by Reverse Flash and the Legion of Doom, and then, the Loom of Fate was obviously last season with Charlie's sisters. So, nice little references. Yeah, he eventually is like, if the person doesn't come out who drank the water, inform him, we're gonna line all these people up and shoot them. So, this dude's like, okay, I'm the dude you're looking for. And I didn't write down his name, I don't remember it. But, yeah, he's the dude they're looking for. So, the kid runs up, because that, we later learn, is his uncle. And, yeah, he runs up, but after he runs up, Spooner gets captured, and the student gets shot and dies. So, yeah, he's dead. So, the nephew gets down and saves the dude, because the nephew is the one who, the nephew's the one who first drank the, Fountain of Emporium, and I dropped what I was fidgeting with. So, I'm sitting down on a bench, and it's very uncomfortable. But yeah, John sees that, show of power through the little slit. So, I guess that that's where he got his idea from, but that eventually John escapes, or escapes without even being found. He's like, oh my god, what do I do now? They're all, because the general said, to go, that they would arrest everybody in that bar, so he escapes, so he's not being arrested. So he takes out the thing that, Alistair's, like, vampire person gave him, and he doesn't take it, but he comes up with a plan. I dropped it again, oh my god. Whatever. We have Mick's daughter and Mick talking. Yeah, this chair, it, like, is leather, so every time I move, it's just gonna make an annoying sound, I'm sorry. Yeah, Mick reveals that he feels guilty about being pregnant with Kayla's kids, because, he left Kayla to die on, the alien planet, and the code of his, villainy place is that you never leave a person behind to die, and this would be like the second time he left someone behind to die, because Snart in Season 1, he just feels guilty. So Constantine comes in with, as like a priest, and he talks to, the general, and, yeah, the general is working for Hitler, or the Fuhrer. World War II hasn't started yet. It's 1939, but there has just been a civil war with the country. But, yeah, the dude, Constantine says he's working for the Pope, or whatever whatever church for Pope Francis works for, or is the priest for. I don't remember what church that is. I'm sorry. I'm not very religious. But yeah, they talk, and eventually we come back to the Wave Rider, where Mick's daughter has faked being in labor, and Mick is rushing her to the med bay. So he rushes her to the med bay, and as she's doing that, the legends are fighting Gus Gus. And he's like, "Hey, what are you doing?" Mick's like, "Oh my God, she's in labor," and stuff. I didn't want to yell, sorry. But we have this awesome heartwarming thing with Zari and Behrad where they team up, and they're like, Jawari siblings team up and whatever with their band bracelets. And I don't know, I just love that, because when we meet Zari, she's stealing the thing that her brother had because her brother died, and these people never got to meet the other version of each other, so it's just so nice and seeing them together. But Mick joins in and pushes Gus back and through a portal, and yeah, Gus goes through the portal, 100% returning, because they gotta go through that threat, because they just left the alien on a planet, so they gotta go back to that in a later episode. But yeah, they get to the med bay, and maybe Gus will team up with Kayla. I don't know. She's definitely still alive, man. I don't know about you, but she's definitely still alive. I feel like they're mentioning her and Mick's getting pregnant just for a big reveal, like, oh, Kayla's alive. But yeah, Mick is like, oh my God, you brought me here, you're not even in labor. You just brought me here to test if I'm in labor. So, yeah, he's just a little angry about that, but, the legends are kind of like, big guy, we love you, we miss you, we want to make sure you're okay, but we're kind of all tired out, so we're just gonna come back next doctor's appointment, if that's okay with you. So, yeah. Back in the bar, they made, or Spooner and Constantine are gonna fake something where, since the boy's mute, they're not faking it, but they lie about one thing. Since the boy's mute, Spooner, translates for, them, and she gives up, like, the whole story about how, a bomb went off right behind, the boy, and almost killing his uncle, so the boy ran into a cave where he found the Fountain of Imperium by an angel, who's obviously an alien that we learned earlier, because the aliens knew about the Fountain of Emporium on Earth. So, yeah, but he ran back and gave his uncle the water from the Fountain of Emporium to heal him, and the general believes that story, but before you know it, there is a big fight with all, like, the World War II style weapons that you'd see in stuff like Band of Brothers, where they really show off those weapons. But, yeah, they have the stupid tiny pistols that one of the dudes wanted to bring. Oh my God, I'm talking about Band of Brothers on Legends of Tomorrow. Wow. Yeah. And John, Spooner, and the kid escape, and, they go into the woods and talk. And Spooner and John aren't very happy about each other. Spooner's mad at John because she didn't feel like they had to leave 100%, and she doesn't know why John just can't deal with being normal. And John's like, man, I've never been normal. Magic has been my normal. It was a way to keep me different. It was a way to protect myself, because my dad would come home from the bar all drunk and beat me every single day, just like his dad did, because that's all John's dad knew what to do. And it's just a so surreal scene, so surreal moment, and it builds on all the character development we've gone through with what the past John's been on since season 3 as a regular, so this is the 3rd season. yeah, and he had a full season, so John's been in like 4 full Arrowverse seasons, which isn't a lot in the grand scope, but yeah, he's just definitely one of my favorite Arrowverse characters. But Spooner's like, sorry, and John gets taken to the cave with the Fountain of Emporium. When he gets here, he's like, oh no, because the Fountain of Emporium, all the water is gone. So he's like, oh crap, again, and everything. Not again, why did I say again? But he's like, oh crap, and he goes outside, and he makes he goes I just don't know why I have this many photos. He goes outside, and he sees that the soldiers are looking for him and Spooner. So when that happens, he rushes inside, and they make a deal. By they, I mean the boy, Spooner, and everything. Sorry, John's like, hey, why don't you, I'm sorry, I was fidgeting with something that may have been loud. John's like, hey, why don't you give up your magic and be normal, and let me have the stuff back? And, the deal eventually goes through, and, they do that, but, only in one, only for one way, because, the boy wants to go back to the tavern because he hopes his mother is there, because he said his mother would meet up with him there. So Spooner's struggling with doing the magic thing, so John helps her out and tells her a way that he helps focus. And I'm gonna go take a drink of water. I'm not cutting though. Yeah, but the Fountain of Emporium, like, yellow light stuff comes out of the boy, and it's working after Spooner sings some song, and yeah, I'm struggling to close a water bottle with one hand. Wow. But it goes by John, and you know what it does? It doesn't go into him. It just evaporates, and it goes all bye-bye. So the Fountain of Emporium is empty. And John's freaking out, like, what? I would be freaking out if I was in John's position. He's like, oh my god, no. And Spooner's kind of like, well, Spooner points out the passage where it said that only someone who is worthy gets the stuff in the fountain. So he's like, oh yeah, you're right, and I wasn't worthy. Now, I mistaked the part where he goes outside right here when I was putting the photos together. So, yeah, here's where I said he went outside and everything. But, yeah, eventually the guards go to the cave and find the cave and go in. And this is where the craziest thing happens in the whole entire episode. And I think probably has a lot of repercussions for the next couple episodes, I'd say. Yeah. John, because he knows they're coming in, he takes the Alistair stuff that Alistair's vampire gave him, and he goes nuts. He goes crazy. He's not crazy, but we see this thing in his mind, and his eyes are all blue, and, yeah, John's, kind of trippy right now. And he's not red though. Yeah, get that horrible reference. But yeah, this scene was also like so cool because of the way it was colored and everything. But yeah, I don't know. This episode was so this scene was so cool where John uses all this blue power magic that he got and shoots it at these people, blasting them back, and I don't know, it's just so cool seeing Matt Ryan do this, because he's like a spitting image of Constantine from the comics, and he grabs the general, and with this power, he like slaughters these people. By the way, he slaughters them too. which is one of the fun parts, and he just grabs onto their uniform, and he grabs onto his uniform and kills the general for what he's doing to that boy, and John just feels so bad about this later, as we learn. But after everything stops and the cool lights stop, and sorry, I keep getting them confused because Sorry's been with John recently. Spooner's just so horrified, and yeah. Back on the Legends, Mick is contested by Gideon to see if he is pregnant, and spoiler alert, he's not pregnant, which good for him. But wait, he is pregnant, but he's not in labor. His head just hurts because of all the 49 babies that he has in his head. And I think her name's Lita. I don't remember. I don't know how to pronounce it. I know it starts with a L, but she facts corrects Gideon. Gideon's like, yeah, look at all those, and then she's just kind of like cracking up about it, and you can see that Mick is horrified that all that is in his head. Man, how is this man gonna survive labor? Is this gonna be like a finale thing or a penultimate episode thing? I don't know if it's all like a total 9 months like it is on Earth or for human, but yeah, Gary walks in with Sarah and Ava, so they all get their screen credit and their paycheck for this episode. I feel like they kind of wanted the week off probably, so they made a way, but they all come in, and Ava's so happy. It was like, oh, Mickey, and it was hilarious. But back at the bar, they reunite the uncle and the nephew, and I don't know if his mother's there, I don't remember, but this was kind of the ending to the episode before the actual ending. Yeah. The actual ending is in John's house, where Spooner and John walk in and they talk, and I like this friendship, but I feel like we will see more of it in season 7, of course, but it may be changed after the events of this episode, and this is basically going to be where John is for the back half of season 6. He and Spooner talk, and Spooner talks about her mom and how she can barely remember her mom, but she can remember her voice, and she feels, I feel like that subplot's going to come back with Bishop, because obviously, I don't know if it's that obvious to you guys, but it's super obvious to me. Bishop is the one that took Spooner because of how she can communicate with the, and she was basically spliced with the creatures from Bishop's world. So I'm wondering if Spooner's mom is on Bishop's world and will come back in the later episodes to tie everything together, which may be predictable. Maybe I just put this together. Maybe I'll just have a video about Spooner. Not a video. I don't know. Yeah. But, yeah, Alistair's sleeping, so Spooner goes up to wake him up, but as that happens, John takes the things that Alistair gave him. So, Spooner's noticing, and she's like, bro, you can't do that anymore. Don't, like, and it's already too far, and John has basically succumbed to the things, and, basically what the vampire said would happen to John at the beginning of the episode is happening. John's basically starving for these, and, John does some magic with his newfound magic, and basically mind controls Spooner. And I'm interested to see where this goes. He's like, you're gonna go upstairs and sleep this off, not remember anything. You're gonna go to the Legends tomorrow and tell them that this all succeeded. So, yeah, I was really interested by this part, and I thought it was just so cool. And I don't know what's happening to John. Is he possessed, or is he just evil, or I don't know what Alistair Crowley's thing even is, to be honest. but him and Alistair kind of banter and talk real quick before the vampire lady comes in and gives John a bunch of the vials that he was using to get magic. So he now has a bunch of that, and for that lady's cooperation, hands Alistair over to the lady, and the lady is now gonna have Alistair's soul in the painting. So yeah, that is where the episode ends. I don't have much to say, but yeah, we haven't reached the ending yet. I have like a minute marker, and I like the transition. So there is the transition. Now we can get to the ending. I just want to say, if you're not subscribed, you should subscribe, because we're like 10 away from 100, and we would really appreciate it. But if you would do so, you can follow all our socials down the description, and also playlists are gonna be down the description with Legends of Tomorrow reviews and all the videos that Legends of Tomorrow are mentioned. So yeah, yeah, I don't have really anything else to say. So goodbye, stay safe, and goodbye.